new Jenny, because the other one we got working, but it's too small. It doesn't have enough power to run like a welder, so we got this one. It weighs 90 kilograms when it's not fueled up. I'm just going to stash it down the end of the boat. It was warm for like 2 weeks. Now it's winter again. Now watch this. Oh wait. See if that helps. That's beautiful. Let's come up real nice. And we'll just see if this does anything. Well, it's not stopping, that's great. I'd say that works pretty good. That's a successful story right there so far. That stuck to the wall, which is a really good thing. They're not, obviously it's not in position, that's not where it will be, but it's a good place to test as well. Now what I would have to do is measure from the front end down here where I'm going to have each of my joists, clean up the wall, which worked really well, weld the hangers in place, which worked quite well, and then we're getting closer to lifting this roof off and just beginning to build the new one. That's exciting shit. I didn't bring my iPad, which is stupid. It has all of my notes, all the measurements I've done. So I forgot how spaced out our joist hangers are going to be, so I've just had to work that out. I'm trying to get back into the mind of a younger me. He thinks very, very similarly to the way I do. So there's rules on the spacing and load-bearing potential. I think I worked it out. Every 60 centimeters we need to put a joist hanger on the wall, weld them on, and then we'll go from there. It's a new day. It is a new day. You can probably tell because of the hat and how everything has changed. Everything's changed. Everything is just still the exact same as well. So last time we were out here, which was last week, we tacked on one of our joist hangers and it works. So that's really positive. Problem is, the daylight at the moment is just there and it's gone, you know, and it takes a little while to get prepped and get here. So it's late morning every time by the time we get here, and then we've got 3 or 4 hours before it starts getting dark. I don't even know what time it is here right now. It's 12:33 and I can see the sun is already going down. So it's just gone midday, which is fucking bullshit, man. I've just got a bit of sun coming through this window, which is probably quite nice actually, that it's just sort of bouncing softly off the angles of my face. It was not intentional, it just has so happened that way. Smoky ball bugs in here, holy cow. Don't know what it is, metal dust. It's probably really bad for me. I'll do that. I'm going to start welding, tack welding on these now. I've got my little sections. I'm going to remeasure up and tack weld these little bad boys on.
Have told me this one time before. Now I'm left waiting, hopeful for a little more. The love that we had, it was hard, but we understood. We argue, we fight, then we kiss and we cry, and it feels so good. I know you've cut me out, but I won't let you walk away. And you won't bring me down, I won't listen to a word you say. No, I know you're gonna let me go, 'cause it's Friday night and I'm
hat. First and foremost, the most important thing about the day. New hat, £1.50 from one of my local charity shops. Just adding to my collection of work gear. This is super protective. It's not even worth fucking talking about it. It's always the same coming down here. I always plan to get here early morning so I can have a big full day of doing it. And it just never works out that way for one reason or another. I've always, you know, we're in the process of collecting and bringing things to the boat at the moment. We've got obviously all this wood that's here, and we're getting very, very close to getting started on the roof with the joist hangers going up now. And there are a few other bits, but it's dark and the days are short here now and the night is long. It's kind of been putting a stop on how long we could be down here. So it's always been my intention to get here nice and early, but every time I try and do that, for one reason or another, it just takes fucking ages. Today I was like, right, I'm gonna get down there for 10 o'clock. And I've just settled into the boat and turned the camera on, and it's 2 o'clock. So, but here's the other difficult thing, is there's no parking. It's expensive. We are in the centre of London. So parking is at a premium, 25 minutes down the road to get parked up, and we're paying £8 or £9 for that for 8 hours, I guess. It's quite expensive. So to do that every time we come down, it adds up. So that's why we come down mostly on the weekends. There's free parking right around the corner, but it limits us, and I've got shit going on. So today on the agenda, I mean, we've just brought a bunch of stuff down to the boat. We've just had some acro props delivered. Well, I delivered them, I bought them. I managed to bag 5 of them for 50 quid on Facebook Marketplace. More goodies. Yeah, there's a trade box of screws. Let me one-hand this guy, which comes with 1,400 different screws in there, a few multi-packs. So I bought 4 of those boxes. They were on from 50 quid to 16 quid, so I bagged 4 of them. And this guy, this is a water pump, so it's going to pump out the water from that water tank there and empty it so that we can get it out the fucking way finally. Pardon you. We're shooting a short film in here on the next week. While it looks like this, while it looks like shit, it's going to be a cool little dark comedy we're filming, so I'm making some preparations for that. I'm going to start emptying that water tank, and we'll just see what happens, shall we? Heat up the end of this a bit. It does get hot. I want it to be a bit malleable, you know. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's just gonna right in the hole. Look at that shit. Come on. There it is. Oh, I had it. I should really spit on it a bit, really, but I'm in now. I'm going in dry, so fuck it. Come on. It's almost too malleable now. I actually am spitting in it, and it does help. Ask your wife. I did it. It is working. You can tell how long it's been by how much bigger this fucko is. Look at the size of him. What a unit. Oh look. What do you think, Kobe? Do you agree? And let me show you what's gone on down the end of here. Yeah, obviously we've got the new Jenny, and it's big, and it's a pain in the ass carrying back and forth from the car every time I come down to do anything. The ultimate goal obviously is to leave it here, but it can't go inside. It's too big and too fumey. So weatherproofing, it was the next object to do, and that's what we did. I used some of the scrap wood that we have in the boat. It's not scrap, but it is wood, and I made this big tub. Which, you know, just gives it some weatherproofing while it's outside and conceals it at least. And as you can see, I stuck a bathtub on top of it just to make it look more like a pile of trash than a generator in a box. I have with me today my very expensive motorcycle lock chain. This guy. It's a monster. It would take 20 minutes to angle grind through this thing. So, yeah. But if you did decide to angle grind through it, then there's a good source of power for your angle grinder right there. It's not the longest chain, but it's dense. Yeah, so see what happens. Ta-da! We've completed the short film. We shot that last week in here, and this place looked dope. It looked really good on cam. I'll definitely post a link to the short film when it comes out, and you can see what we did in here. So now that that's done, that was the last thing I've been waiting for, so that I can get rid of this fucking roof and just get on. They're only tack welded on at the moment. We're moving. So, dog's upstairs. We're just gonna see what happens. Anyway, let's just do something, shall we? It's kind of cool lighting, huh? I don't know why they do this. They're holding it onto the metal with a piece of wire poking through a hole. See? You see that? And this one too. Just lazy. It's just fucking lazy. Oh. Of course, why would it be simple? Well, it was actually quite simple, wasn't it? I just gave it a fucking front kick. Front kick to the neck. Came straight off. See if I can rain down some fucking power on this next one with a left front kick to the face. Didn't even need it. Well, I got it in a choker pinch and just pinched it straight off there, as you can see. Good bit of rust around here as well, because obviously, you know, it's shit. What it is that I find interessante about this is very little. It's very not very interesting. When we took these panels off, that and that, a couple of holes in the side of the boat. It's not on the waterline, nowhere near a waterline. Just very interesting.
'Cause I got more to give if you've got more to take. Now I know it's not too late for us to learn from our mistakes. If we take our time, is it worth the wait? I know exactly what this means just by the way.
See if we can see down here. Not really. You can't really see down here. And you can't really see down that way. But let me show you if you come up. It's not so bad now. You can see the smoke rising. So here I was, up here with this goon, taking him for a little wee-wee over there. I'd just finished up welding the last joist hanger on this side. And I went outside and I saw smoke pluming out of the doorway here. I knew it was dusty, but I didn't think it was that dusty. That's not dust, that's smoke. And I came down here so fast I lost my hat. I just put it back on. I came down and I realised what happened. I ran and I grabbed onto this thing here to try and just swing myself down, which obviously snapped off, and I fell down. Let's be real, I fell down. And I came down to here and I was like, where the fuck is it? And I was looking through all of this and it wasn't on fire. There was no fire there. And this piece was still up. That was in there where it came from. And I could just see a little flame in the back corner. Oh shit. And I grabbed it and I just went and ripped it off. What is the point in this? In this fucking insulation with paper on the back of it. And the paper had set on fire. And I ran over there. Whoa, nice shit. Whoa. I ran over to the back, grabbed a bottle of water, and I just went and fired it in there, and I seem to have put it out. I don't hear no crackling or anything, but wow, it's smoky. Look at this shit. Look how smoky that is. So I should really get out of here. I need to go get out of here anyway, but it's definitely out. Close call. That was a close call. I was thinking about you walking down to the park as well with the dog just briefly while the dust settled. I was going to take him down there for like 10-15 minutes, by which time this boat would be on fire. big time on fire. So I'm glad I came back down. All my stuff would be gone. All my tools. I mean, the whole thing's wood. But lucky I came down here. And I knew while I was welding this last, you know, there's bits of wood around and bits of paper. So I had water there specifically just in case it, for some reason, went up. I'm very fast and loose sometimes, often, most of the time. Yeah, sometimes it doesn't pay off. And that's the culprit. That was up there on the top piece, a bit like this. It was like this. See how that's up there? Yeah, there was one there. It's funny because while I was doing this one, I set fire to the floor slightly, and I smacked those flames. I smacked them, and they went out. But that's probably going to happen when I do this next one as well. And in my infinite wisdom, I just did it anyway. But in my mind, it was going to be the pile that set on fire. I was looking at the pile and making sure that it wasn't on fire. And like I said, the water had the water just over there. When the pile wasn't on fire, I was like, we're all rabbit. We're all good. I thought, that's it, we're fine. No flames, no flames. So then when I left, they fucking sneaked me. Do you know what I mean? They came in and tried to do me dirty. And I came in and I caught them. And I showed them the full force of what I had, which was a bottle of water, spring water. It's a couple days after Meg set fire to the boat, which I heroically put out. It's the morning. I'm here in the morning finally. I'm a bit pooped. Check out this. It's a bit cold in here, and especially if I was planning on staying in here, I needed some heat. We have Cala gas. We've got a propane tank that came with the boat, probably got some gas left in there, and so I got one of these things, which is just a space heater, kind of like the old Cala gas heaters, especially when I was growing up. We had one. You don't see them so much anymore. I don't think propane or butane is particularly cost effective in small quantities, so I'm going to try it out and see if it heats up the place a bit. Unfortunately, we are dealing with a bit of a, bit of a classic English summer here, and it's pissing with rain. You know, it's not actually summertime, it's actually the winter, hence my safety hat. I've got to go get some fuel, and I didn't bring a raincoat, so I'm just waiting for a minute. I think it might stop. I think it's stopping. All this waiting is paying off. I should wait inside, really. So I guess with that all off the walls, I'm just going to mark out roughly where each of my joist hangers is going to go on this side. They should match up pretty much perfectly with the opposite side. You can kind of gauge where they're going to go based on the ribs that run across, because they will be, in theory, they're straight, you know. In theory, they're in line with each other, so I'm going to go with that theory. The Dutch people, they were good at making boats. They still are good at making boats. So I'm going to trust that they did their job properly. And I'm going to scratch some markings in. Right. Confirmation that that measuring tactic is a bad idea, because actually the ribs don't match up. So I lied about the Dutch. This is a wonky boat. It's a wonky boat. So I'm going to measure with a measuring string, piece of stick, a measuring rod.
So
piping hot giant Wotsits. Fucking delicious. Found this outside, top of the boat. It was powering the oven and shit. And it's really full. I didn't realise it had so much in it, which is pretty wicked. So, it's just like the inside of a Calagas heater thing. I've got to work out what those things are called. Little clicker for explosions.
Bang.
Gas knob. Toughmaster 9000. So we're gonna see. I don't know if it'll fit. There it is. So we're just gonna have a go at lighting it, I guess, for the first time. Gas is on. And then, whoa! Whoa! Pretty good. It's nice and hot. Very nice and hot on my face.
Pretty toxic in here, apparently. Galvanized. I don't even know if you can hear me, but I finished welding them on here. I need to get some air circulating. I mean, they're not finished welded, but they're tacked on for now. And that's how I'm going to leave it until I know that they're in the right position. And then I can finish the weld. But yeah, I'm going to open this window and get some air in here.
Like this, we must call upon our ancestry and dig deep into the pockets of history and bring back the old-timey methods. The old-timey methods. Methods of wafting that have long since been forgotten but remain in our blood. Wafting air from one place unto another, ridding the world of chemical imbalance. Watch this. Be off with you! Be off, thou stench! I expel thee from whence you came! Be off! Be off! And just like that, order restored.
Yeah, better. So I wafted some air out, and it is cold in here, but I've stopped moving for a second. I'm just gonna swallow down this banana and then introduce you to a new part, a new idea, sort of. Let me swallow this. Let me introduce you to my new friend. This, it's pretty long. You might think, you're not wrong. This is called a acro prop. They're used for supporting things, and I picked 5 of them up for a tenner each from good old Facebook Marketplace. So the plan is, when these guys come out, I want to take the load of that and replace it with a temporary thing in a different location so that, you know, it doesn't fall down. How do we go about it? I don't know. That's what I have to work out. And you're just gonna have to watch. Be nice if you could help. There you go. It is what it is. Imagine if everybody who was watching, or did watch these, and I don't know how many people that is, but imagine if all of you just came down one day and we all just did it together. It would just be done. But none of you are going to do that because you're all pieces of shit. Oh, don't worry, he can do it on his own. Yeah, well. It's cold. You see that? I've got my little heater on. I'm actually fine. I was having a look at this beam to see if I could take it off. And as with everything in all things, all ways, it's just never as easy as you think it's going to be. What I'm seeing up here are a couple of, just to look like these little rings that are going into the wood. Oh yeah. It's coming out as a caution. That. It's pretty sexy, huh? That was driven through this top joist. Not anymore. So there's another one on the other side. Oh, my eye. I had something in my eye. It scratched my ball. I scratched my ball, my eyeball, and it's fucking painful. It's really annoying. Anyway, the plot But anyway, the plot thickens with this fire thing, right? You remember seeing all the burning down that side. After removing all of the stuff covering the roof, just look at it all. It was a really big fire. The whole back of the boat was royally charred, it would seem. Crumbly burnt wood. Yeah, obviously I now have experience having set fire to the boat one time. Just how easy it is, especially when everything's so old and dry. Like, this wood is so old and dry. But that's, yeah. Pretty big fire. They did well to put it out, that's for sure. Well, it wasn't easy, but it's done.